Okay, we're live.
Okay guys, welcome back to a long-awaited 6th episode in the Morning Read Watches podcast season 3.
Yeah.
We've had a little bit of a hiatus because we've been vlogging.
Small break because we've been very, very busy vlogging. Yeah,
What I've been doing. And by the way, while we're on the topic of the subject of vlogging, we are 4 subscriptions away from being able to monetize our YouTube.
Is that it's 4?
It's 4. Not
right.
that, listen, it's not going to be fucking life changing. It's probably going to make us about
Get the pure sanguine now.
it's probably going to make us about £2 a video, but you know, it's a good little milestone. 1,000 subscriptions on YouTube.
If we're going to pay for the Osmo,
Yeah,
we'll be happy.
I'll be happy with that. So if anyone watching this hasn't subscribed, do me a favour and subscribe.
And I tell you what, the vlogs take a long time to actually
Edit.
do.
Yeah, they do.
They're not just edit, but there's actually a lot of time and effort that goes.
I will say though, you know, you were shit at the start,
I was awful. I didn't
but
know.
now you're actually very good. And everyone who watches them that know me always messages me and said the edit was really good.
I do appreciate that. I mean, I taught myself really. I didn't really know what I was doing. So yeah, at the start they were god awful. And to be honest, I edit them in a way that I think is good. So I don't even know if other people think it's good.
They are good. I'll give you that. And even I enjoy watching them, which is, I usually hate seeing myself online. Like, I don't like videos, I don't like whatever.
Yeah.
But actually I can watch them, which is a bit of a tip of the hat to you to say that they are good and I don't mind watching myself.
Well, there's a few different things. Part of it's cool, obviously it's us in it. So like, it's cool like memories for us. Like I was watching the New York one the other day and I was just like, it's cool memories.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
also,
I'm not in that, but yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's my favourite one as well. And he was about to run straight into you. And what was I going to say? And then, yeah, but I've also, when you see one go up, I've actually watched it already maybe 20 times for editing. So like, you were watching the one that's going up tomorrow, this morning, and I knew it word for word. Like, yeah, I've already seen it.
I think they're funny. Like the next one coming up is quite good because it's about Milan and obviously Tom's in it, and it's there's a few new characters unlocked in it.
I like
which
that.
is funny, and he's quite funny. So.
Maybe give a story on Tom. A little backstory.
So Tom is a guy that I didn't really know until last year, but he bought a watch last year and took 6 months to pay for it. And we had it in the safe for him for 6 months, and then
but we spoke to him like almost every day as well. So
yeah, but I've
like,
followed his social media for years and years and years. Like, I've watched his stuff. He owns a brand called Viola Milano, which is a massive suit brand and like tailoring brand from Italy. He's actually Swedish Italian or Swedish Dutch or something, but I've followed his stuff for years and like taken inspiration for some formal wear from that. But he reached out to us and I didn't actually know who he was, and then we became pals, which is good. So we went to Milan to visit him and also see one of our clients out there, so it was good. So you see him on the vlog. He's a funny guy. He's probably the only funny European I've ever met.
Yeah,
Europeans don't ever
funny.
really have a sense of humour.
And that was the first time I'd met him, so I was wondering like if he'd be a little bit reserved, meeting me, but no, he's just balls to the wall as soon as we see him.
Nah, he's good. He's good fun. He's good fun.
But we, from the hiatus we've had, our podcast topics are, we've got quite a lot to get through.
We're bursting at the seams, aren't we?
Yeah, so we'll see how much we can get through in about an hour's time. We'll make a note at the time. And
yeah, 13:41 now, so let's see if we can cap it at an hour.
Yeah, and then we might do a part 2.
Yeah, we're going to do it. Well, we've got loads for the second pod, so we're going to probably shoot that maybe early next week and try and get it up.
Yeah. I mean, if this is sometimes as well, it's how we catch us. Sometimes we can be quick and swift with this, and actually we could get through a lot. But I think we take our time, we talk, we converse with the folks at home, cozied up.
Yeah, I mean,
so we'll start with some pet peeves. Again, pet peeves was through the roof.
Yeah, there's a lot. We've probably not done a pod for a month.
We've refined them to maybe 6 or 7. Try and save some for the part 2. So we're going to start off with our BA flight cancellation experience, which was now going back like 3 or 4 weeks ago. We were just going down to London.
Oh, was that to London? I thought it was to Rome.
Yeah, no, so that was to London. So I checked in again. We booked it maybe lunchtime the day before for the flight, early morning. I then, like I say, our flight's early morning, so I went to bed somewhat early, and I'm like tossing, turning, trying to sleep, and then I felt my phone vibrate, and I was just like, I just felt like it wasn't just like a notification. So I looked at it, and it was an email from British Airways at 11:45, to midnight saying our flight's been cancelled, and they've moved us on a flight an hour earlier.
Yeah.
From so and
it was at like 7 AM our flight, so our flight was now at 6 rather than being at 7, and we had like 3 hours, 4 hours notice to make it happen.
Yeah. So then, if I hadn't have seen that, I'd have woken up probably an hour later, not really checked my phone, or on the way to the airport I would have looked at the notifications. How the hell does that work out? So British Airways, sort your app out.
I think they just moved. They may not have sold enough seats on the flight we were on, and just combined both of them.
From an hour earlier.
I know.
Shit move from you. Anyway, you can tell this. This is the client that we unfortunately had to pick up in my car, my Mercedes A35.
Right.
Do you know what this is?
No.
Right, so
remind me.
I drove William to go and meet a client, so he's jumped into the meeting, and we couldn't really park, so I've waited outside in my car. Next thing I know, William bounces out with the client because the client needed to go somewhere and asked if he could get a lift. Oh, he's going to pick his car up. Do you mind taking me to go get my car? And you were like, yeah, sure, but we're in Josh's car. So he jumps into my A35. Oh yeah, nice car, mate.
Oh yeah, and he's gone, I got my daughter one of these.
He went, although I bought her the A45S.
Yeah, I got my daughter an A45S, this is nice. And Josh just went, oh. So it's like, yeah, that was actually quite funny. What was my pet peeve this morning that I told you to write down?
Well, there's a few to get through. I put yours at the end. Do you want it now?
Yeah.
NYC scammer you wanted to talk about this morning?
These people, these watch dealers, right, that are so obsessed with clicks and views and engagement that they'll just post anything on their story that's like, so this guy this morning, I seen him, he got scammed by another dealer who he owed him like $1,800 or something like that. So he's like posted a video of like catching the scammer out, and it's like, well, the video's like a minute long and they're like shouting and swearing at each other, and it's like so unprofessional, and it looks shit because wherever the booth they're in New York looks like an absolute
dirty basement.
Yeah, like, it looks terrible, and I'm thinking to myself, what is that doing for your business? Like, all it does is, it makes me think, well, you're an idiot for getting scammed for 1,800 quid. Like, but second of all, it just doesn't, like, yeah, okay, you're going to get clicks, people are going to watch you, people are going to comment, but it's just little, it's like clout chasing. Like, what are you trying to do? Build an Instagram page that has loads of engagement, or build a business that people respect and would go to for a certain kind of purchase?
Yeah, I'd see that and I wouldn't go and buy.
It's like Moses as well, like by all means the king of engagement, right? He's built an absolutely incredible platform where he gets amazing engagement and huge numbers of sales, but he does some shady stuff. Like, people have complained online about this business that he does, and I don't know, like, people travel from all over America to do deals with him on loads of different stuff, and massive respect to him for getting that. But you know, just because you're popular online doesn't necessarily transcend and into, you know, that you can deal confidently with someone like that who, you know, is just posting videos all the time for clicks and engagement. So for me, I just think it's important to try and stay true to the values that you believe in and that you initially set your business up in, without your judgment being clouded by, you know, the lure of views and engagement and X, Y, and Z. For me, that comes second to actually doing things properly and looking after people and making sure your brand is preserved for as many people as possible. So I would never post an argument with a client or shouting at this guy or shouting at that guy. Like, yeah, we've spoke about deals that have went sour before, but that's just part of the business. Would I post it on my Instagram, make it this big thing? No, I wouldn't.
But also, just talking about Moses,
I've got another pet peeve actually as well, just quickly while we're here. Sorry to interrupt you, but it just came to my head and I'll forget it if I don't speak about it. But like, people set up to be a watch dealer, right? They start buying and selling watches. Then they realise it's a bit more difficult than they initially thought. So then what do? They now run competitions to win watches. So that's another thing I don't understand. How can these competition things make any money? Because they sell 20% of the tickets, 30% of the tickets, and they still let the thing go. So you'll have a guy online, Ferrari 458, you know, 30% sold. We must draw it on Friday. They'll draw it on Friday. They've sold 40% of the tickets.
But is that
and
not,
then they're giving the how is that not? If like you're consistently underselling the tickets, that means that you're not returning the amount of money that you've paid for the car.
Yeah, agreed.
So then how is that sustainable? I don't get it.
I always thought it was a bit of a marketing ploy just tell everybody we've sold 40% of the tickets.
But they have to give the car away at some point. So
no, I know, but then if I was it and someone says I've only sold 40% of the tickets and the raffles tonight, then I would go, oh, I've actually got a chance of.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So that's
but if you're every time we've only sold 20%, we've only sold 40%, we've only sold 6%. Even if you only sell 70% of the tickets, like there's not a 30% margin in ticket sales, surely.
No.
So for me, I don't get that business model. I don't understand how it works.
Yeah, I don't either. Going on to the point that I was going to make about Moses, shouts out to everyone who's watching this who tagged us on his video. He was talking about, he's got this safe and he's got watches that he would never sell. They're all super rare, collectible, and he has a 2025 116520 steel Daytona.
Yeah,
black dial.
Important to say that.
Yeah, black dial, and someone was trying to buy it and he was refusing to sell it. He's like, nah, don't care what you offer me, not for sale, not for sale, not for sale.
He was like, it's a unicorn, it's the only one in the country. I was like, nah.
I actually think he said it's the only one.
I was like, no. We actually have the white dial.
And
so,
which is white APH dial.
Which is the better one.
Yeah, and everyone tagged Moses, or tagged us in the video, and then Moses hit me up.
Did he really?
Yeah.
And so what?
I'm interested.
No way.
Yeah, but we know that he won't pay the price that we'd let it go.
Yeah.
He's a watch dealer, he knows.
Yeah.
So shouts out everyone for tagging.
But he's also selling lab diamonds as natural, so
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. The next one is my one. I had a thought. We've actually already spoken about it just in our morning conversing. If I go on the weather app and it tells me it's -7,
this is good actually.
It tells me it feels like a -7. Surely it's -7.
Yeah.
How does it feel like -7, but it's actually -2?
Yeah. It will say -5, feels like -10.
Yeah. If it feels like -10,
it's nice. Look.
What does
overfinch?
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, surely if it says it feels like it, that's what it is.
Yeah, no.
Unless I'm tripping balls.
Yeah, no, I do agree. But maybe it's just the wind. I don't know.
Yeah. Now we've got two funny stories for you. So I think you are best to say it because I'll be straight to the point. I want you to explain the court short.
Oh my god. Yeah, so
we've saved the two best to last.
We've gone a walk with, I've had the dog, mum and dad's dog, for a while because mum's been away on holiday, and we took him a walk the other morning, but he's so well behaved. Like I don't take him on a leash, he just walks beside me the full time, and he's always beside me. Like he never really goes like into the bushes or runs on the grass, he just always walks beside me. So we've taken him the other morning through the park, and then he's like disappeared into a bush. So I was like,
this is 7:30 on a
Tuesday maybe
morning.
Even earlier.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Why is he going into that bush? Like, he never does that. So I've like went over into the bush, and I can see like a high vis. I'm like, what the fuck? So I've gone in, and there's a guy going, go away, go away. I'm like, what? I'm like, mate, it's 7:15 in the morning. What are you doing in there? And he's like, oh God, I've been caught short. I've been caught. He's an English guy, full high vis on, like he was obviously like doing something for his work or whatever. He was doing a shit in the bush.
I feel like
by the way, at the entrance to the park.
Yeah. One of the busiest parks in Glasgow.
Yeah, where there is schools and coffee shops and like I was like, mate, you've got to be having a fucking laugh.
It was so good.
Yeah,
it tickled me for a good
So we
few
caught
days.
him doing a shit in the bush. I can imagine his reaction, thinking, oh God, I need the toilet, I'm going to have to go into this bush. He's gone into the bush, Banjo's walked in, been like, what are you doing, mate? And then he's gone, oh my God, oh no, what is going on? His owner's going to come in a minute. And he's walked in and we've caught him doing a shit in the bush. So,
it was savage.
Crazy.
Yeah. It was English as well, which is the weirdest thing.
I was like, mate, there's a coffee shop right there, you could have just went there.
Yeah, and then on that, again, I want you to maybe just give a quick synopsis of the road rage incident, which then happened the day after.
Oh, yeah, so we've parked up at a coffee shop. Basically, when you drive in, it's a dead end, and there's some parking spaces at the end of the dead end. So we are parked in one of the parking spaces at the end, and they're full, and there's basically enough room for you to manoeuvre your car, but as you drive out, it's a one lane. So you can't, if there's a car there, you can't get past. So we've manoeuvred the car to drive away, and there's a guy like blocking my way.
He's in the middle of the road.
He's in the middle of the road, so I've given him like, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds to be like, oh shit, there's a car.
Well, we were actually talking as well, like we paid zero attention.
So it was like, shit, there's a car, but he's just not moving, and he's looked up and he can see us. So I'm like, flash my lights, I'm like, move mate, I'm trying to get out. And he's rolled up beside me, put his window down and went to me.
He's actually gone like that for you.
Yeah, he's put his window down. He's like in his 50s, right? And like, he's put his window down and he went, I'll fucking move when I want to move. I was like, right? So, a bit of words exchange. I'm not going to say what I said to him, but anyway.
It was nothing
so anyway,
drastic.
Right, so I've just drove away. So we've driven up, we're on the main road.
And by this point we'd actually forgotten about it.
Yeah, we forgot about it. It's like 2-3 minutes later. I was like, what an idiot, whatever. Anyway, the guy's behind me. So I've looked at my rear view, I can see the guy behind me, flashing his lights, beeping his on, beeping his on. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I said to Josh, that's that guy behind me. So I put the car in park, jumped out, went back, I said, what's your problem? He's like, come round the corner, come round the corner. So I'm like, alright. Drove on, first left, round the corner, into another dead end. Dead end, pulled in, jumped out. As I've jumped out the car, I'm looking at him, I can see him just reach.
It was like up here, wasn't it?
No, it was like here.
Oh.
He was in like a little 3 Series. So I could see him just reach for something in the dash and like tilt it towards where I was coming from. So I was like, did you just put your fucking dash cam on there? And he's like, ha ha ha, I've got a dash cam, blah blah blah. I was like, you're a scumbag. I said, so what are you doing driving about like goading people into having a fight with you and then you're going to record it? I said, what, have you got a YouTube channel or something? He's like, it's on record, I'm phoning the police. I said, phone the police, mate, please, because I'll tell them exactly what happened. And I was just like, you're at like late 50s, early 60s, you're driving about
antagonising people
at 8 o'clock in the morning, trying to record people. He's like, I live here. I said, I live here too, right there. I was like, he was like, I live here at the bottom of the street. I said, well, I live at the top of the street.
You actually said, how does it feel to be at the bottom? Man, I'm at the top.
I know, and then he was like, look at the state of you. I was like, these are fucking acne jeans, mate. What are you on about? I was like, who are you talking to, mate? Like, what? I just couldn't make sense of it. I was like, what is going on here? So anyway, there's a wee guy driving about in the morning trying to antagonise you. He drives a grey 3 Series and he shouts and balls, and if you get out your car, he try and record you on his dash cam.
He has a shit Peaky Blinders hat on as well.
Luckily, thank God I noticed it, because if I didn't notice it, he would definitely have done something. But I was like, you're a scumbag.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the story.
So there were the two, and that was in.
And I'm not against dash cams, but I am against dash cams when you're out goading people into fighting with you and then turning it on and recording it so that you can get. I mean, I don't even know what he was trying to do with it. Yeah. I was like, have you got a wee YouTube channel? He was like, no, I've not got a YouTube channel. I was like, all right, whatever.
Sad man, sad man.
Anyway,
but those two were Tuesday and Wednesday. They were back to back. It was the weirdest 2 days. But anyway, we'll digress from the pet peeves. We'll talk about actual topics now. As some of you may have seen, and we've already said, the last 2 weeks we were in Rome 1 week, and then the following week we were in Milan. So very Italian of us. Yeah. I mean, you pretty much turned Italian. Yeah. We like to think you turned Italian.
There's nothing more. I like going to a foreign country and being accepted by the locals.
You also do make a real effort, which is fair enough.
Or at least being mistaken for being Italian. Yeah. And I think that's a bit of a tip in your hat to say, thanks for trying. Yeah. Let me get you. So like, the drunker I get, the more Italian I become. But like,
that you think?
But you were saying,
buenas noches.
Well, that's not Italian.
Oh yeah.
You idiot. But you were saying to me, you were like, I was quite impressive the way you were speaking.
Yeah, towards the end of the trip, you were sounding more Italian. I must give credit. So what can I say? Rome was good, but easing into it. Milan, you were fluent.
Rome was amazing. Like, I loved Rome and the architecture and the history and the Vatican and, you know, like the Colosseum and the Pantheon, and like, it's amazing.
I mean, you were really shouting a ball and saying it was your favourite city.
It is, but it's so dirty.
Yeah.
Like, so dirty. Like,
maybe give some backstory as well. We were staying in
Soho House, which is probably like a 10-minute car journey from the Colosseum.
It's not right in the city centre.
It's not in the city centre. It's like 25-30 minute walk to the Colosseum, 10-minute car journey, 5, 6, 7 minutes.
It's in a really weird
but it's an amazing building. That's why they've obviously chosen to have it there. But I just found that we were walking a load when we were in Rome, and it was really dirty. Yeah. I mean, even the streets around the Colosseum and the ruins, and there was graffiti everywhere. The streets were really dirty. There was rubbish all over the place. Like, and now they've monetised the Trevi Fountain.
So that was on my list, yeah. Okay, you can.
So you go to the Trevi Fountain now. It's no longer free.
That was the day before we got there.
Yeah, it's no longer free to get to. You can walk past the Trevi Fountain. If you want to go and stand near the Trevi Fountain and take a photo, you now have to pay, which I think is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, me too.
Ridiculous.
And it's not like there's a gate to get through. They've made a gate.
No, like if you know where the Trevi Fountain is, there's loads of wee streets, like little cobbled streets, and then the Trevi Fountain's just plonked right in the middle. So now they've got these barriers, and
it looks
you can't
shit.
get it.
Actually looks terrible.
It just takes away from the heritage of the and it's been there for, I don't know, God knows how long, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years.
And because they've done that, the queue for it is like...
But it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
like,
the whole thing's mental.
You shouldn't, if that's, you know, man-made and it's there and it has been there and it's been free for God knows how long, like all of a sudden now it's what, €2 to go down to your... It's just like, oh, give it a rest, man. It just ruins it.
Yeah, ruin the experience.
So
we felt, not that we wanted to go to the front anyway.
No, but we just felt, I felt there was loads of graffiti everywhere, which was really shocking to me. I felt it was really dirty. And stark contrast to Milan. I mean, we got there, the airport spotless clean.
Yeah.
Milan Malpensa, spotless clean. We
even
got to the centre of Milan, it was spotless. The roads were clean. It was way more of a city feel than Rome was. Okay. Rome felt like it was 100 years before Milan.
Which again is kind of, I think, what Rome is meant to feel like.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I get that. But there's no excuse. Rome, with the amount of tourism and travel it has there, they can do better than that.
But then it's important to know as well, I didn't feel unsafe in Rome.
No, I didn't feel unsafe anywhere that I went, but
I think when people hear it's dirty graffiti, they assume, oh fuck, you better watch your back. Actually,
no, I don't feel like that. I just felt like it could have been, they should invest in their presentation of their own city. Yeah,
and we're both in agreement that if you do want to go to Rome, which 100% you should, it's beautiful, go in the summertime.
Well, not in the summer, like March, April time. In the summer it's too hot.
But we went and it was like, it wasn't raining as such, it was raining on the last day, but it was like quite grey and cold, and
I loved it, but I just think it could have been so much better.
Yeah, and then we went to Milan, and like you say, it's way more of like a city. Like you get there, there's like proper like Italian people everywhere. There's not so many tourists. I felt like it was actual people who like lived in Milan. Yeah. They're all wearing nice suits. Yeah. Shopping was unbelievable. Like Rome was good if you wanted to. The watch shops.
It was like amazing hotels in Milan. It was felt more like a city than Rome did. Rome kind of I didn't really get the feeling of it being modern, and there was amazing places, don't get me wrong, and the sightseeing's amazing and the history's fantastic, but I just didn't get that modern feel from it. It felt a bit run down and a bit neglected, I think, Rome.
Yeah, I agree with that. Even in the city centre.
Moving on.
Yeah, but we want to talk about the coffee though, because you were just giving a really good spiel to the shop lady just a minute
Marchesi, we had coffee in Milan in the Duomo. Marchesi's the oldest coffee shop in Milan, or in Italy maybe, but in Milan certainly. And I just had a regular cappuccino, one because I didn't want to order an oat latte in Italy, because I think the guy was going to look at me and probably throw it in my face, but I was just like, let me just have a cappuccino, and it reconverted me back to having normal milk.
Thank God, because I hate oat milk.
Yeah, now I don't like oat milk either, but like for a long time I did like oat milk.
That was your order.
And now, no oat milk for me. So
you've also...
It was one of the best coffees I've ever had, just a regular cappuccino. The crockery, like I love the mug. Like the mug it came in was like nice and thin, came on a little saucer, had a real spoon. Like it just...
You're being served it by a guy in a tuxedo.
Yeah, the whole thing was just brilliant. It just made me fall in love with a normal coffee again.
Good. So, thank fuck for that.
Shout out Marchesi, a place I've been before, but it was really, really, really good.
Yeah. Whilst I went to the toilet in, where was this? This would have been in...
This is in Soul House in the restaurant you're going to talk about.
Yes, this is in Rome.
Yeah.
So I went to the toilet, again, it was the number one, just to clarify. So I was only gone for maybe 6 minutes because they were downstairs. Anyway, I digress. I came back to the table. You had purchased an Eames chair.
Yeah, and if anybody doesn't know what an Eames chair is, if anybody's ever watched Frasier before, he's got an Eames chair. It's like
sexy leather. It's
a cool chair.
Yeah.
Like they're famous. Very famous.
Very expensive.
Expensive, famous, and really notoriously comfortable. So
very comfortable.
Yeah, I found one online and I bought it when you were at the toilet.
Secondly, you bought an RM.
Yeah.
This was in a space of 6 minutes.
Yeah, RM035, Baby Nadal, which is a watch I've been looking for a long time, but managed to get one at a good price. So it's still in transit. We don't have it yet. It's still to be delivered somewhere in Asia, and then we're going to hopefully try and get it shipped to the UK. But it's proving a bit more difficult than we once thought.
Yeah, I mean, how do you always find getting watches shipped? Usually
it's difficult. Like it's hard now that, well, it's always been tricky from Asia, but it's especially hard now that you've got all these American tariffs. Not that America has any impact on the UK, but I feel like everything's just tightened up a bit.
Yeah.
So it can be difficult.
Yeah.
That's why watches in the UK are arguably more valuable than watches that don't exist in the UK, which is a difficult thing to try and convey to a client. But basically what you're trying to tell a client is, look, this watch that you have, you know, you've been pricing on Chrono 24, let's say it's let's just say for example it's a platinum Daytona, right? Let's say there's 10 of them available. I don't know there's more platinum Daytonas available, but I'm just speaking hypothetically, right? Let's say there's 10 of them available. 2 of them are in the UK for 85,000. 2 of them are in Italy, 2 of them are in Asia, 2 of them are in America. The 2 in the UK are 5 grand more expensive. The client will go on and go, yeah, I've seen that, but oh, there's 2 on there that are less expensive. I'm like, yeah, but they're not in the UK, they're not physical, they're not here. There's been, you know, how are you going to get that watch? How are you going to ship it back? How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to, are you going to go and collect it? That's going to cost you money. You need to import it. That's going to cost you money. Like, there's a massive difference between watches that are physically here on the ground in the UK and watches that exist overseas. And I think that's the problem with Chrono 24. The problem is people don't take that into consideration, and 2, we keep battering on about it over and over and over again. But honestly, 60 or 70% of the watches, especially as you move up into the more specialised stuff, Patek, RM, heavy Rolex, all that sort of stuff, 60, 70, 80% of them do not exist. Don't exist. Like, they are, we call dealers about them. We 5261 today, the Aquanaut, the new one, but blue, on the blue rubber strap. We've been looking for one. We called 3 dealers out of 4 listings. 1 of them had it, the other 3 didn't. So they're just old listings, they're on there. I feel like to give an accurate representation of the market currently and where we are currently sitting and what's available and what's not available and where the prices are and where they should be and blah blah blah, Chrono 24 need to do a better job of policing. Sorry, my phone's absolutely going off its head. Chrono need to do a better job of policing what's actually physically available and what's sold, because it gives this false market where people go online, like watch dealers will do it. They'll buy, maybe they look at an RM, right? And they look at like a Baby Nadal, for example. They'll go on Chrono 24 and they'll go, how many are available in the UK? Right, there's 10. And they just go, right, well, there's 10 available in the UK. Actually, if you do a bit more digging, probably what you'll find is 8 of those 10 aren't available. One of the 10 of the 2 that are available probably will be exorbitantly expensive, and the other one will probably be the right price. So how do you accurately manage what sort of price point you should buy that at, or what the stock availability is, or X, Y, and Z from a dealer's perspective if it's not an accurate number? And how do you convince a client that what you're seeing online isn't accurate? It's impossible. So they need to do a better job of policing that, and I think that will create a correction for a lot of watches. Whether that means the correction may go up and the correction may go down, it's 50-50 either way. But if you all of a sudden think there's 25 Platinum Daytona Piguets in stock in the UK, and then Chrono 24 start policing what's actually available, and then what happens is it turns out that only 4 are available in the UK, then all of a sudden that watch has became 75% harder to find, because there's 75% less listings. So that'll inevitably push the price up.
I mean, how they police it, I honestly have no idea how that.
I don't know. It's a difficult thing to
charge people per listing, or like, I don't know.
They do that, but they charge it on a per sold basis. So what they should probably do is charge it on a how many days the listing has been up. Yeah, that's a good way. So if then that would encourage dealers to maybe go, I'm not spending money on. Well, I'm not paying £2 a day for that listing to be on there. Okay, granted, £2 a day is nothing. But if you've got 40 or 50 watches on there, that £2 a day adds up. So all of a sudden, 700 quid a week. So £700 a week just to have your listings on there. Dealers will start to police what they have on there and what they don't. And then it becomes a much more accurate representation of availability in the market and an accurate price point. And I think that's so important moving forward. I think to reveal the cloak that hangs over the watch industry, that is what will hold the watch industry to account for who's actually got stuff and who hasn't. we posted 3 photos today on our Instagram: skeleton AP 15407, 5981 AR, which is a steel and rose 5980 Patek, and a platinum Daytona Baguette. We have physically all 3 of those watches, taken them into stock over the weekend, shot them today, put them online. We have them available. That's, people can phone us and buy them right now.
Yeah.
Dealers will post stuff online they don't have, and it's a way of generating business. It's a way of bulking out your social media when you maybe haven't been buying anything or things have been quiet, and that's completely fine. But you shouldn't be posting listings online
I know,
on Chrono24 of watches that you don't have, because it hurts dealers. It hurts dealers just as much as it hurts as it hurts end users, because an end user will go in there, they'll see that, they'll phone you up, and let's say it's 85 grand for a platinum Daytona new reference. You try and find one, you can't find one for 85. Then you have to say, oh sorry, it's an old listing, like I actually sold that one. Clients are just going to go, oh, whatever. It's a hard thing to police and a hard thing to manage, but I think that holds the key to an accurate representation of what's really out there and what the prices really are.
I think it's important to know as well, we're not telling people what to do or what have you, because it's like the social media stuff, completely fine, that doesn't impact other people. That's your social media, you post, you do whatever you want to do. But the actual chrono stuff, that does have, like you say, a huge impact on the market. But
it impacts the whole market, from point A to point B. It doesn't.
But that actually does hurt people.
It hurts the market, because you can, as a dealer, you know, it's great. Chrono24 is a great platform, but as a dealer, you can get an accurate feel for what's actually available in the UK, because 90, 80, 70% of the listings don't actually exist. So basing what you're buying from only what you can see on Chrono24 isn't accurate, and you can end up paying way more than you should for something, or not stocking something because you think there's too many of them. So that's when it's really becoming more difficult for dealers, and that's when you need to lean on your experience and say, yeah, do you know what, I know they sell well, do you know what, let me check the chats, let me see who's got one available, let me see when the last one was offered, let me see the price it was last offered at. And that's when, not to talk about the academy, but that's, I feel like, when the academy...
You've really knocked about 8 topics off in the one.
Sorry, I know I'm ranting, right? But that's when the academy has its most value for the students, and I hate calling them students because they're not students. Graduates, people who have done the academy, guys that are in the groups, like, that's when it has its most value. It's the experience. It's the being able to pick up the phone and say, I've just been offered this, what do you think? And I'll say, listen mate, I've been offered 5 of them in the last week. Yeah, it's a good price, but I don't feel like, you know, there's a demand in the market for them. There's 5 of them available. Or, you know, what do you think of this? I'll say, oh yeah, the last one I was offered was in November. Like, it's probably quite a good buy. I've seen online, I've checked a few places, they've got them up for 11 grand. If you can buy it at 8.7, it's a good buy. And that's just experience. That's having access to that full network of dealers, and being able to say, yeah, look, here's the last time I was offered one, here was the price point, here's how much I think it should be, and here's what I think you should do. So that's when the most value comes. It's not, the most value is in, there's great value in the course, absolutely, but that just gives you the base knowledge, right? It gives you a condensed view of my last 11 years in this industry, and it helps you kick off and gives you the kick up the arse that you need to get started. Once you get started, really is where you start to see the value, because as I've said before, a mistake in this industry can cost you your entire business, and that's a mistake buying, that's a mistake selling, that's a mistake not storing your stock properly, that's anything, being robbed, not being too careful, you know, being lackadaisical, doing that. One mistake it can be the end of your entire watch dealing career. So it's so important. It's so important. And if I had someone, you know, when I was younger, who I could constantly pick the phone up to and say, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Should I do this? Should I do this? It's invaluable. I know. Never mind the access to the stock that we've got and the ability to sell that without having any
you're
investment.
really bashing off the topic.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's people don't understand, you know, and it's really hard to try and. There is this stigma surrounding, and we're going to get about 15 TikTok clips, right? But there's this stigma surrounding online courses, right? This stigma, you know, exists because so many people have done these online courses that are, you know, let's say it's a Forex course, they're copying another guy's stuff, sending it out to their clients, bang, 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 no work for them, no real, you know, advice, no real, you know, lived experience, no real value in what they're saying. They're just copying one guy and moving it to the other guy, right? And listen, that doesn't go for every single Forex crypto people. Some people are really good at it, and hats off to them. You know, good for them. But you know, as a general consensus, courses online have this stigma attached to them, like it's just a scam. It's a scam stigma. So like that's why we don't overly publicise it, run ads, do this, because we want the right kind of people on it. We want people that want to work at it. We want to tell people the truth. We want to make sure that people know that it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a leave your job tomorrow and become a watch dealer and start earning 5 figures a month. It will come, but you need to know the basics. You need to be experienced. You need to know what to buy and what to sell. You need to know where to buy and where to sell it. You need help so that you don't make mistakes, so that you don't get scammed, so that you don't get robbed. You know, there's so many pitfalls that can happen that can be really the difference between being successful and losing every penny you've got. And it can happen like that, like on one deal. Look what happened to Cam.
Yeah, I was about to say we almost.
Look what happened to Cam. He asked me if he could do it, you know, what's the best way to do this deal, and I told him, and he didn't listen to what I said, and he got scammed, and he lost 2 watches. Thankfully, you know, we managed to get them back for him, but that would have been the end of his watch dealing career. He lost the best part of the guts of 14 grand.
Yeah.
You know, he managed to get them back, granted, but had he not managed to get them back, he would have never sold another watch again, because he's burned.
What he said. Yeah.
That's it. You know, he's had one experience. He's chosen not to listen to what we had to say to him, and I think it was maybe just a lack of experience, not because he genuinely didn't want to listen, but I think it was just maybe he got caught up doing other things and he didn't prioritise it. He made a wrong decision, he made a bad decision, and he lost the watches, and the guy scammed him.
Yeah.
So, like, had he picked up the phone to me in that moment and said, mate, what do you think about this? I'd have said, get your watches and leave. Stay away from that guy. That's obviously a scam. So, you know, that is where the value is. It's that is invaluable. You could be doing a deal for £40,000 in your first 2 weeks of selling watches, you know, and if you can lean on someone's experience, that could be the difference between you making 2.5 grand from that deal or losing 40.
Yeah, agreed.
So
shouts out Cam though.
Shouts out Cam, great guy, lovely restaurant, you know, great head of hair. I must admit.
Maybe we're just gonna fucking skip. We'll just freestyle, but
great head of hair. Would you agree, Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah, not you, Cam.
Yeah, Cam has luscious locks. Yeah. Soon to be my.
You know, I was ranting there for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, you was. Sorry. You've topped off. I can't even keep my ticks on my.
It's so difficult to try and. My initial point was, it's so difficult to try and convince someone of that value when you're selling an online course. Yeah. It's like trying to flog a dead donkey. Do you know,
it's almost like you've got to see it to believe it.
You're kind of like, just do it and you'll get, I promise you, you'll see the value. And people don't. And listen, we've got some guys in the academy who are doing unbelievably well. We've got some guys who have found it a little bit more tricky, maybe because the time of year that they started. A lot of guys graduated just before Christmas into January. It's a bit of a slower time. They're maybe finding it a bit difficult, but it's you know, across the board we've had nothing but success stories.
Okay, what we'll do is, this was
a topic for
after, but I feel like we're talking about the academy now. We might as well just talk about the academy in 10 minutes. No, not even 10 minutes. We'll get the academy done. Okay. Reason why I wanted to shout out Cam is one thing we've really noticed over the last probably like 6 weeks, 7 weeks is the community in there. They're all helping one another. Yeah, and that. And it's as like much as it's so important for us to create something, right, that is a revenue model for the business. Absolutely, right? But let's not stand behind it and hide behind the fact that, you know, we're a charity case. We're not. We're doing this because it helps us just as much as it helps these guys. And anything in business is the same. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't make me any money. Of course it does. But the most important thing is creating that community of people that can lean on each other for experience. For, you know, there's a guy in the academy, Will, who's got, you know, amazing experience servicing and polishing and doing loads of different stuff with loads of different watches. He is an incredible and valuable part of that community. Well, you know, Matt's had loads of experience using eBay. Sam's used eBay for, you know, a gazillion years in his other business. So he's got amazing experience doing that. You know, there's people dotted all over the UK. Now we've got a guy in Paris, guy in Munich, guy in LA, guy in New York, guy in fucking New Mexico of all places. Like, there is people dotted all over the world, and that for me is the most important thing moving forward, is creating that like nucleus of people who can all lean on each other, help each other, and ensure that the lessons that they've learned along the way they can pass on to the other people in the community. And sometimes
someone will put a message into the chat. Before I've even had a chance to reply, someone else will have replied to it.
Yeah.
Oh mate, do this, do that. What do you think about this? It's got a scratched glass. He'll be like, it's plexiglass, mate. You can't do this, you can't do that. That needs polish, you need a new link. It's probably going to cost you about 70 quid. I can do it for you in a week. And that's the difference between that guy buying that watch and being paranoid about how much it's going to cost him to service it and have to send it away and have to wait 6 weeks to have it done.
But he's got somebody he knows on the other end
blah, blah,
as well.
blah. But he's also now got somebody on his side who he can pick the phone up and say, mate, how much realistic is this going to cost me? How long is it going to take me? He can then say, well, do you know what, yeah, I'll buy that, because I know I can send it to Will, he's going to fix it for me, it's going to cost me next to nothing, and I can still make my margin. So that's the difference between being able to buy something that's got a little bit of damage that you can fix and then retail, and staying away from stock because you think, I don't know enough about that to be able to fix it. Yeah. So there's way more knowledge within that community now than there was when we first started, and that's the most important thing. It's about sending them off on their own 2 feet and hopefully letting them flourish on their own. Even I don't want them attached to me forever. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like it's about growing it, getting it together, getting a community, and hopefully, even if they get to the point where they don't need us, hopefully they still want to be part of it. Yeah. Even yesterday there was a guy and he was just like, oh, you know, I've had this listing on eBay for a few weeks now. Like, I think he was just a bit down that it hadn't gone yet. And one of the guys said, listen, send me the link, let me see it. So he went on and he's used eBay, like I say, for years and years. And he's gone, right, I can see it. Tell me analytics, they compare analytics, and actually he was doing quite well on the listings analytics, and he's gone, I tell you what, actually I like the photo you've got at the very end is your best photo, why don't you move that to the front, move them in this order, and then all of a sudden he's had a huge increase in his back end. Stuff like that, it's just little things like that help you, that nudge you further on, that having access to a group of people that can help you, that can give you advice, that can do X, Y and Z, having access to that nudges people on and increases and fast tracks your success story. Now look, you need to put the work in. Yeah. The most important thing, it's not going to just come to you. You have to work, you have to be looking for stuff, you have to be trying to buy stuff, you have to be actively selling stuff, you have to be pushing your social media. You have to do it. If you do the academy and do nothing, you'll not earn a penny. Yeah, you need to put work in. You need to put work into it. And that's, listen, it's the same as any business. Like, you can choose how much you want to put into it as well. Yeah, but the harder you work, the more money you earn. So it's a rewarding business. You need to put the work in. And if you put the work in, the deals are there, you can earn the money. Yeah. You know, proven by David, who was so sceptical at the start and is now flying. He's selling watches every week. Matthew the same, he's sold the most from everyone. You know, he's flying, he barely, you know, asks questions now. He asked the odd question, he asked one the other day. But you know, it's great to see people that are flourishing within an academy. It makes me feel quite proud. Yeah, and David's actually like documenting his journey as well, which is quite interesting. Yeah, which is good. I think it's really important for his social proof and his engagement and the type of clients that he's looking to get. I think he does really well from that. So shouts out to him. Agreed. And then we've got Joe, Brian, and Maurice. They all completed the academy. They're new. They've gone into the group chat this week. We've also got two. We've got a Gavin and Lee, who are both currently completing the course. Yeah. So that's just this week. Like, guys, it's five or six new sign-ups in the last like sort of 10 days or something. Yeah. I've taken their own cut-off. Now we're on the way to... I was wondering where you were going. Now we're on the way to Loch Lomond. So that's Loch Lomond. Where are we going? Well, the other way. Oh shit. The other coast. Going up at Prestwick. But yeah, but also it's important to know that there was one guy in the academy, and he's actually been part of it quite early on. But basically he was quite hard work, and he basically felt that he was almost better than a lot of people, and his attitude just wasn't who we wanted. And we basically just said, listen, you're not the right fit for the group anymore, we're going to take you out. Wish you all the best of success, but your attitude doesn't help us benefit. Yeah, and like one poison fruit can kill the rest, and, and it's important, you know, it's an inclusive environment for everyone. We want everyone to feel like they can use it, and it's a good place for advice and help, and everyone supports each other. We don't want someone in there upsetting the apple cart. So that's what he was doing. He felt like he was bigger than that. He felt like he had been selling watches and he could do whatever he wanted and not, you know, contribute. And we were just like, listen, like, respectfully, thanks a lot for your initial investment, but you know, we hope it's helped you do whatever you want to do. It's not the right attitude for the community. So. Yeah, correct. So although you're saying, you know, we're not charity cases, we're also not here trying to just maximise. We're actually trying to build something great. Yeah. Which I think we are. Yeah.
And I think that's...
I think from probably November, I think it's now got some steam.
Yeah, agreed.
Which is good.
Right, we'll come off the Academy. Loads to talk about with the watch world.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, I actually don't really like talking about the watch stuff. It's quite hard to do the research on the watches. Fucking hundreds to talk about.
Yeah, there will
So, we'll start. I'd like for you to give a wee market update. We're now on the... You alright there?
Sorry, I've just got this bit of skin, dry bit of skin on my nose. It's quite painful.
It's the 18th of February today. Payday. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I am well aware.
Yeah.
Well aware.
Could you please give a market update to the folks at home how we found January moving into February?
Yeah,
folks at home, I don't know why I say that.
I think since the turn of the year, it's, you know, what I have predicted in terms of the ADs and their newfound struggle to sell their stock has been coming for a long time. I've been saying for a long time that the ADs will feel the effects of their shitty customer service as the market starts to slow down. And what we've seen obviously is record high gold and silver prices, which has probably propped the used and second-hand market up a bit just because of the value of the gold in these precious metal watches. Certainly the 36mm older reference day dates have been propped up by that. But what it's also done is, you know, ADs are really finding it tricky now to sell stuff at these newfound price increases. So like with, you know, Rose and Yellow Daytona's way above 40 grand now, you know, they're selling on the second-hand market for in the low to mid 30s. So, you know, before, when, you know, years ago there was great customer service and, you know, there was value in the brand, and, you know, people loved going to Rolex because they felt like it was the only place they could get what they wanted. What Rolex have done was, the last 5 years, thrown customer service out the window, unless you're like super wealthy buying hundreds of watches. Thrown customer service out the window, burned so many clients by convincing them that Skydweller or an Oyster Flex at 35 grand is a good investment, or trying to convince them that, you know, a full Rose GMT at 35 grand was a good investment, or convincing them that a Skydweller or full bracelet at 50 grand was a good investment. Like, people have lost a lot of money on the promise that they were going to get what they wanted, and a lot of the time, you know, probably 50 or 60 or 70% of the time, they actually haven't ended up with what they wanted. So even stuff now, Daytona, Oyster Flex, like all this stuff now goes under list. So Rolex are in this position, certainly at the ADs, where they're having to offer out these watches to all of these clients who have now already lost loads of money on the promise that they were going to get what they wanted, and the hope that they're going to be willing to lose more money. Yeah. So it's just not going to work. So lots of guys are messaging me, should I buy this, should I buy this, should I buy this? I said, it goes under list, goes under list, goes under list, goes under list. It's like, they're just killed their own market. Yeah. And for me, I don't understand that. I think they are, I understand why they keep putting their prices up, because the price of gold and the price to the cost to make these watches is now far higher. So I get that, but it's having a detrimental effect to the sales of their new models, because they're having to convince parts of the population and parts of their client base that losing 25-30% on a gold watch is now normal again. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's okay to. And we are slow. I done a video on this 2.5 years ago. I'm walking through the park, I'm sitting on a park bench, go watch it. We are slowly but surely moving back to the point where precious metal Rolex will be discounted from list price, because they're not selling them. Yeah. They're just not. Why would you buy a... They're struggling, so... Why would you buy a Rose GMT at 35 grand when you can go and buy one of the used market for 27? Yeah. Alright, it's not 2026, it's not 2025, it's what. But who cares? Yeah, you're going to keep it for 2 years anyway. It's always going to be worth 25 grand. Look at the price of the... Look at the gold price. The movement plus the brand. It's always going to be worth that. It's never going to keep being worth 35 when they're selling used for 20% less. So how are you going to convince a client to do that? Yeah. And now the problem is, the customer service has been so shit for so long that a lot of people just fed up with this shit. Fed up with their crap. Yeah. You know? I mean, fed up dealing with these little entitled idiots that work in these stores that actually have absolutely zero knowledge about what the watch market actually is. They have zero experience in giving clients advice on what to buy, what not to buy, what you should sell, what you shouldn't sell, what's this, what's that. They have zero experience in that. The only experience they have is receiving a shipment of 40 watches from Rolex a month and calling up clients Tom, Dick and Harry, whoever will pay the money first to try and get them to sell to buy the watches. That's the experience they've got. They don't have any other experience. So go in and ask them about, you know, what do you think about this? Is this Beach Daytona investable? Straight over their head.
Yeah.
Not got a clue.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think the value of a 3-year-old Sprite is? Not got a clue. So, like, it's stupid. Like, surely you should be buying and selling watches with someone who can help you, you know, and advise you, you know, pro bono, like, for no profit of theirs, like, without them giving a profit. We have clients all the time call us, you know, they don't buy watches from me, but what do you think this is worth? What do you think that's worth? I'll give them an honest opinion, because in the hope that they come back one day and sell me something, or in the hope that they come back one day and buy something.
Yeah.
So you can't do that with Rolex. You can't phone up Watches of Switzerland or Goldsmiths or Bucherer and say, hi mate, what do you think about this? They'll say, oh, bring it in, we'll bring you into our luxury pre-owned program where we will, you know, pay half of what your watch is worth. We'll send it away to Rolex, it will come back, and then we'll sell it for 35% more than the current market price. And we'll rip you off at the start, and we'll rip you off for your new watch. So it's just a complete rip-off. Yeah, it's rip-off from start to finish. Yeah. Total rip-off from start to finish. I don't understand why people keep doing it. I had a guy the other day came to me, he'd bought a yellow gold Submariner from 2017 from the pre-owned program. Oh, but yeah, but it's from the Rolex pre-owned program. He paid 37.5 grand for it. Watch is worth like maybe 21 grand. Don't give a fuck what kind of program you're on. That is worthless. What do you think that's going to be? So you're telling me that that pre-owned program, right? Or they send it back in a white box and you get, so what? It's a box. Oh, it's been serviced by Rolex. Yeah, amazing. I can send my watch to Rolex and get it serviced, probably for £1,000. It's not worth 40% more than what it would be if you just went and bought it on the market. And by the way, most Rolexes now come with 10-year guarantees. They get 5-year from the manufacturer, 5-year from the seller. So, like, unless you're buying watches that are 10 plus years old, and then you're starting to move into the neo-vintage sector, which is actually then, watches are then worth less if they've been serviced, because they've put service dials in, service parts, new bracelets. All of a sudden it's just a minefield. So it's a continuous rip-off scheme. How can we earn more money? We're not selling as many Rolexes now because of this big downturn and people willing to lose money because the COVID market's gone. So we're now going to introduce this pre-owned program where we will buy watches from our clients for 30 or 40% less than what they're worth. We'll send them away to Rolex, get a discount and a trade price on the service. We'll bring them back in this fancy white box and we'll retail them for 40 or 50% more than what they're worth. So then the guy actually on the guy who's going to that luxury pre-owned program to buy his watch is getting fucking ripped off by capital R. I see a guy post it, Justin Hast. Shout out to him, he's got a cool watch company. He talks a lot about watches. I've respected him for a long time. I watch his content. I think he's a really good person to be across in the watch industry, right? He talks about a lot of niche brands. Famously says he doesn't own a Rolex, right? He done a thing the other day in Harrods pre-owned program, blowing so much smoke up their arse. Oh, it's the best, they've got this available, they've got that available, blah blah blah. This, I had to comment on his video. I said, this is the biggest crock of shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Every single watch they have available in that showroom is available on the grey market for 35% less. And I don't give a shit if it's been serviced or not. It's crap. I commented under it. I think my comment got about 50 or 60 likes. It's misleading is what it is. Sorry.
Good.
It is though. It's a fucking rip-off. Think about the money. Why would you go to Rolex unless you're getting the special stuff that's worth more than what you're paying for it? Why on earth would you go into a Rolex shop, be convinced by some uneducated kid in that shop that's spending £100,000 of your hard-earned money and accepting the fact that you cannot sell that 100 grand's worth of stuff, also accepting the fact that you're going to lose 25% of it on the promise, by the way, no guarantee, promise that they're going to get you a Pepsi at least. Oh, brilliant. Why would I not just go and spend 15, 16 grand on a Pepsi in the grey market and not have to invest all that money and lose all that money and be paranoid that I can't sell it and tie up that money on an empty promise when I can just go buy it, and the watch always be worth around that figure. Okay, maybe I'll lose 500 quid, or maybe I'll lose £1,000. If I keep it for long enough, I'm never going to lose a penny. I can't understand it. If you break it down just to the numbers, it makes absolutely no sense, unless you're getting the super special stuff, like the off-catalogue stuff, like the Rolex Daytona Rainbows, you know, like the Tiger Eyes, like all of this stuff. If you're not getting that stuff, it is a complete and utter crock of shit, waste of time.
So when I said market update, I meant how did you find your...
Sorry, it's a bit steamy in here. Maybe
yeah,
it's because I'm shouting ball.
Yeah, I meant how did you find your...
Nice 12 cylindry, 488 challenge car.
Got pure singer.
Nice. Oh, 812 GTS, 296.
Oh wow.
California T. Oh,
Great
beautiful.
pulls. Oh, going. SLS.
Ah, that's not Gullwing, it's a soft top.
Oh, so it's...
Don't get Gullwing on the soft top. Nice
Get me
car.
gassed up like that.
Anyway, market update over. Rolex are fraudsters.
Okay, can you give me your market update? Like, how have you found the year?
Really good. We're focusing on bigger pieces, more investable pieces, pieces that are harder to find. We're still selling loads of smaller Rolex, but yeah, no, we found it really good. We had a great end to the year last year. We've had a really good start to the year. No, I'm hopeful. I'm looking forward to this year.
Want to talk about some new stock?
Yeah, 5980 we bought. Steel and rose gold. I think that is that car. Look.
Yeah, I think so.
Look at the
wheels.
wheels.
It's for sale.
Yeah, it's for sale. Look at the wheels.
Interesting.
Yeah, I bought a 5980 at the weekend with Platinum Daytona Baguette dial, steel skeleton. We've got a 035 Baby Nadal coming.
You've got big boy watches. They're not. Those are the ones you've listed.
Yeah, because they make me excited. They get me out of my bed in the morning. I love doing the deals on them. They're risky. They're, you know, it's exciting.
Yeah.
No offence to anyone, but like buying subs and GMTs, it does get a little bit long sometimes. And for me, I want to get excited about jumping out of bed in the morning trying to buy something that's in Hong Kong that's going to cost me, you know, 15 hours of my sleep to try and make it happen, because Hong Kong are a gazillion hours ahead of the UK, and you need to be up at 3 in the morning to even contact anyone, and no one answers their phone, and like if it gets past 12 o'clock there, everyone throws their phone in the sea. It's like, it's the most unforgiving place to try and do anything, but also the most rewarding, because when you get it done, it's like, oh brilliant, we've managed to do that. Jump through hoops to get it done, but yeah, do you know what? We can bring that cool stock here, we can get it. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's cool, it's exciting.
Talk about a few things before we go on to some watch news.
What else we got? A Porsche here.
Well, 911s.
A couple of 911s, yeah.
We'll start, where do we start with this? And you go into what you want to go into. I've just made a list of things I find interesting.
Yeah.
So if you can let the people, if you can talk about it,
yep,
it'd be good.
Sure.
Good topics. I would like.
Yo!
Yeah, we're back.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Batteries died. Yeah, you can talk about how much you want to talk about it.
Well, are you going to fucking reveal what you're talking about first, or
yeah.
what? Oh, yeah. Nah, let's not talk about it.
Can you talk a little bit about it?
No.
Is it? I can edit this out. It's not the watch. It's the.
No.
Okay.
No,
right.
I will not throw shade on someone else's business to make myself look better.
No, it's not necessarily about that. It's more.
Well, that's what it's that's what it's going to do, and that's no. I will never do that. I don't like people that do that.
Okay, right, fine.
So I will stick to my principles and choose not to do that.
Fine. The going into Patek.
I can't really talk about that either. You also told me you weren't going to tell the model, so you fucked that one up.
I can just start that one from the beginning.
Nah, I don't think we can talk about that either, because
just the Patek in general, you can't talk about.
Nah,
I think you could.
If people want to hear the stories, I'll talk about them. If you want to hear the stories, there's 2 stories. If you want to hear them, drop a comment in the comment section, and maybe I could be convinced to tell you them on the next.
I was only going to say yeah.
No, well, they might not want to hear them. Maybe people aren't interested.
Nice,
but if we get enough, see, if we get enough if we get enough requests, I'll do it.
I think I've got one more.
If we get 50 people asking me, I'll tell them.
Is it worth buying that last seat here?
No, mate, you're obsessed. We'll buy it online.
Curry's, yeah,
buy it online, it'll come tomorrow.
Curry's.
Cheapest in Curry's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have my wallet with me.
Okay, right. We digress.
Do you need it right now?
No, but I will need it.
No, that's fine. Then we'll just get one online and it'll arrive tomorrow.
Okay,
at my door.
We talk about a client bought you a watch to sell.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay, yeah, go on. Yeah, see.
Anyway, my ex-girlfriend...
No, wait, we don't need to go into so much detail. This is where it can start getting sticky. Okay, you for someone who's so paranoid.
No, I know, but that one kind of annoyed me. a bit.
Okay. I want to hear it anyway. I want to hear what you're going to say.
A member of our family contacted me just to say, look, like, could you help me out? Be interested in selling this watch? I said, yeah, sure. So, like, I've helped him out. I'm not going to say what the watch is, but anyway. We maybe need to cut the start of that out.
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it out.
It's fine. Leave it in. It's good. But anyway, so he's like, "Can you help me sell this watch?" So I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Look, obviously I bought it from an AD. Don't want them finding out." So I said, "Sure. Can't part there, mate." So I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So I said, "Look, give us it on consignment. I'll return you as much money as I possibly can, and I'll take a minimal fee for it. Like I don't want loads of money for it. I think we halved the normal commission."
Yeah.
Like a half the normal commission for it. So that was fine. So, get the watch, post it up, and he's messaging me like every couple of days. Hi mate, hi mate, hi mate. I was like, mate, give me a bit of time. Like, it's not something that happens overnight. You need to give me some time to try and make it happen for you. So anyway, after about 10 days, he phones me, hi mate, can I come pick the watch up? I said, yeah mate, that's fine, no worries. So he comes and picks it up. Goes and sells it to someone else. Again, I don't have a problem with that, right? No problem. The same day, in every group chat in the UK, the watch has been posted for sale.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, well, that wasn't the terms of the agreement you told me. If that was the terms of the agreement you told me, then I would have sold the watch the same day for you. But you wanted to protect your relationship with your AD, which is fine. So then obviously I can't offer it out to trade. I need to retail it for you. Because if I offer it out to trade, I can't be responsible for what happens down the line. It's like, I can't.
Yeah.
So he's come and taken the watch off me. And by the way, sold it for like £3 less, £3.5 less than I was going to return them if someone bought it. And I know it's all hypothetical, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
How much value is in that relationship you've got with your AD?
Yeah.
No, if the rules of engagement for me were, hi mate, just sell that, not bothered, I would say no problem. I'd have probably sold it from in a couple of days. But I'm not pushing that into a trade group. I'm not pushing that here, there, because I'm trying to help him and protect his relationship. Because was his main concern when he came to me.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just sold it to someone else who obviously, I don't know whether he's told the guy about that concern or he hasn't. If he hasn't, then it's his fault. But if he has, then I feel like it's a bit negligent from the dealer.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I was a bit annoyed because I'm like, I'm trying to do you a favour, I'm trying to help you out, you're on my case every few days, you don't even give me an opportunity to try and retail it. You've told me I can't do this and I can't do that and I can't do this because of your relationship with your AD. Then you come and take the watch off me and go sell it to someone else, and it's in every trade group I've ever been in.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, am I doing you a favour here, mate? Or I'm just a bit like, that's not really how it's supposed to work, is it?
Yeah.
Anyway. These things happen.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And it's one of those things like
it's always the ones though that you're trying to do someone a favour.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, we've had it numerous times. Someone's got something straight at the AD and they go, listen, and it could be a good client of ours, it could be someone you've known for a long time. Can you sell it for me? And it go quietly. Yeah. You've been pretty good at doing it.
I absolutely can, but you're going to need to.
Patience is.
Yeah, you're going to need to.
The number one thing.
It depends what it is. You're going to need to give me a bit of time to try and retail it for you, and two, you're going to need to understand that it is not a foolproof system. That like I cannot guarantee that this isn't going to come back and bite you on the arse. But
that's a good leeway into the second point.
But I can do my best to try and make sure that you know, it doesn't get sold in the UK. Anyway, that's what it is.
That was good though. I was surprised you wanted to talk about that one.
Because that one just rubbed me up the wrong way. Because you're trying to help someone, you're trying to do someone a favour, you're trying to make sure that, you know, like I'm going out my way to help the guy.
Yeah. Half
in the normal commission that I normally earn of doing people these favours, just because of who he is.
Yeah.
And the relationship I have with him through, obviously, someone else that I know. But it's frustrating because I'm like, well, it's a bit shit, really, isn't it?
It is.
But anyway, like, not that I lost any sleep over it, but I'm just saying, like, it's...
Yeah. I would like to talk about, you actually sent it to me, but I want to talk about the actual story of it. So, TPT Trading, huge watch dealer in Miami, has some really cool pieces, really expensive pieces.
You want to talk about the Drake thing?
Yeah. So he was going through a moment where he was selling Drake watches. Now, in my opinion, I think the best client you can have is somebody like Drake. Yeah,
because he's gifting girl influencers day dates.
Oh, he's buying
I know
watches.
people he's giving day dates to. Like, he's giving them out. He's buying watches constantly. So he is like, you know,
well, Drake is the
quadrillionaire. He's the guy right now. Like,
yes, if Drake is the guy and you're the suppliers,
I'm losing money to sell watches to Drake all day.
Yeah,
every day, just to get some publicity from it.
So the story was, he was basically saying, like, bragging about how he used to sell watches to Drake, and it was him who pulled the plug on it. So what happened is he sold 4.5 to 5 million pounds worth of dollars, correct? Sorry, dollars of watches to Drake. Now there was an issue with one of the watches. So
what was it, like a $40,000 bill or something? $30,000 bill. But he told Drake he wasn't paying it.
No.
He told Drake he wasn't paying it.
Yeah, he gave the watch back to Drake and said, listen, there's a bill there for 30k. And he's gone, cool, we'll sort it. And obviously Drake being Drake, he's probably just used to people just saying,
but you would just swallow that because you're thinking...
You wouldn't even bring it up.
You would. I would say to him, listen bro, here's the service cost. I'm just going to swallow it for you. You're a good client, respect, thanks for everything. You know, it's all love. Next time we'll figure it out, don't worry. I would have just swallowed it. And I'd have given him his watch back and I'd have said to him, listen, I appreciate you doing business with us. You know, we love your music. Whatever. Just always remember. Swallow it. Yeah. That's what it is. Like, you're buying yourself more sales. Yeah, 100%. You're just banking that cash. Because if he's buying a $2 million worth RM or a $400,000 worth, you're making your 20-30k back straight away. Well, if he's, let's say $5 million, right? Let's say. Yeah, that guy's profit on that would have been £500,000. Yeah, right. So easy. For 30k. Easy, maybe more. Yeah. The whole thing was absolutely nuts. So, but he was trying to flex and like, actually, you totally just look like an idiot. Yeah, it's just the worst business decision you've ever made. You actually look like an idiot. I mean, he's doing very well. Listen, mad stuff. Fine, but like Drake will always, Drake will be the boy for the next 10 years. And you could, like, it's a flex to say that you are his go-to guy. Yeah. So anyway. And then you're losing that relationship for 30 grand. Yeah, this is actually a topic that you don't ever really like talking about, but it's arguably the most important topic to talk about in the watches, and all the other watch dealers make all the content all about it, so we might as well jump on the bandwagon, talk about Watches and Wonders. That's on April 14th. I know you wouldn't even tell people really your judgments on what gets discontinued, what doesn't, because there's no point putting out the bullshit, which I agree nobody knows. But have you heard anything? Have you heard any rumours? The whole fucking thing's a farce. No one knows until it happens. But no one does. It's just everyone every fucking year, oh, this is coming, this is going, but no one fucking knows. And it never does. And it is the best kept secret, and if anyone knew, they would earn a fortune. So it's like insider trading. Get Nancy Pelosi on the case. She'll tell everyone what it is. You don't know who that is, do you? No. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Well, she's outperformed the stock market by about 1,000% because of insider trading in the US. Okay, cool. Talk about watches. Sorry. She's just a reference point for those, you know, who are plugged into the political spheres of America. We'll know who that is. But if anyone knew what was coming, there would be no speculation. Because if you knew If I knew what was coming out, I wouldn't be telling a fucking soul. Because I'd be trying to think, how am I going to profit from this?
Yeah.
You know, how can I make this information work for me? So it's all speculation. It's all crap.
Yeah.
The one watch I would like to see, I've not heard anything about it. I'm not saying it's coming. The one watch I would like to see would be the white gold version of the Tiffany Daytona Oyster Flex.
Agreed.
I think they can sack watches. Rolex can sack off Sky Dwellers in precious metal.
Yeah.
Right? They've had enough of them now.
Yeah.
They're worthless.
Yeah.
They'll be getting used as paperweights. If gold wasn't the highest it's ever fucking been right now, they would be on their arse.
Correct.
Those watches. They can sack them off.
Yeah.
The Land Dweller is another fucking flop.
Yeah.
That can go. Because nobody's paying 25 grand for a glorified date just with a flat bracelet.
Agreed.
I'm sorry, right? Everything in bimetal can go, in my opinion.
Oh, that's controversial. Some people love the bimetal stuff.
No, in my opinion, everything bimetal can go.
Interesting.
Across the board. Right?
Interesting, yeah.
What else can go? The ginormous deep sea challenge.
That's where I thought you were going to take it. Yeah.
And yellow gold can go. Because I think you need your head and your hard drive checked if you've ever bought that watch.
Hard drive checked.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Apart from that,
they're all logical, actually, things that you.
Apart from that,
yeah, the
catalogue is good.
Well,
they have too much stuff. They are releasing day dates. Like 2 years ago, they released like
48 or something.
It was like 80 fucking day date configurations in 36 mil. I mean, they don't even sell that well in 36 mil because the price point's so high.
Yeah.
So like, what are you bringing out 80 versions of it?
Yeah.
Like, no one really cares about.
I'm sorry to see any of them.
There's a cool few versions in there, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Jigsaws, right? There's a good one. White gold, yellow gold, rose gold. They sell for like 7 or 8 or 9 times retail. You can't get them, they're so hard to get.
Tiffany marble stone was cool.
Yeah, cool watch, right?
Yeah.
But 95% of the rest of it is shit.
Awful.
Right, it's crap. No one wants a TBR, you know, baguette bezel Pave diamond dial 36 mil date just. It's 80 grand list price. No one wants it. Because the list price is too high. It's never going to be worth that in the future. So who wants it?
Agreed.
Some stupid quadrillionaire that's more money than sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that's Rolex's client. Someone with more money than sense. Because the amount of money that people lose buying those precious metal watches is abhorrent. Scary. To be honest.
Yeah, I agree. It is scary. So that's what you think should. Have you heard any rumours of discontinuation?
No, because I'd remove myself from any spheres of influence that decide to talk about that crap.
Okay. Have you heard any rumours of what's going
And anyone who uses it as clickbait is full of shit as well. There's another thing that's annoying me. Clickbait on YouTube videos.
Fuck's sake.
It is. Clickbait on YouTube videos. Watch me crash right off my Bugatti Chiron. And you go into it and he's like reversed into a fucking curb. Or like, it's all clickbait. Like, watch me do this. I'm moving to Dubai. And then you go into it and he's going, I'm just only thinking about it. I'm not really thinking. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. That should be fucking illegal. False advertising is what that is. I'm baited in because I want to watch. I want to see. You know, I want to see what you're up to because of the title.
The Bugatti
because of the title of the video, I want to see it. And then I'm in there and it's fucking nothing like what you've described it as.
Yeah.
That should be illegal. That's what's been annoying me because I clicked on a fucking YouTube video the other day and it was like completely nothing like. I was like, what a crock of shite. Yeah. There's nothing like what the guy described it as.
Okay. What would you like to what would you like to see come out with the watches? Other than a white guy, come on, give me some more. Like, you're a guy who's actually, I know you do this for a living, but you actually love watches.
Yeah. You're actually
into this shit. What watches do you love? What would you like to see them maybe bring back from the archives? What watch do they make that they've never put? Okay, you understand them.
Get the point.
Okay, cool.
In my humble opinion,
fuck you go again.
I would like to see them re-release some of the vintage Daytonas.
Yes, that's what I want to hear.
With the slimmer cases and the different bracelets and the bigger lugs and, you know, that's... For me, that's the sweet spot for Rolex.
Agreed.
Big red. Love that kind of stuff. That for me, I would love to see them re-release something along that lines of that ilk. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah.
Do I think they will ever do it? Do I fuck?
No. Should they do it? Yes, though. I think it's really
They've got
important.
more chance of releasing a medallion clock this year than they do of ever fucking releasing something that's cool.
Speaking of the medallion clock, you've bought a crazy watch.
They just, yeah, I mean, I'll talk about that in a minute, but for me, Rolex of recent years have been throwing shit at the wall and 5% of it's stuck.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree with that.
I don't, they haven't released it, apart from the Tiffany Daytona, and apart from the off-catalogue stuff that they released the last couple of years, like the Tiffany, like the...
That no one will ever see and no one will ever buy.
You know, like the John Ram one that's like 600k list, like the Sapphire one that's like $1 million list, like, yeah, those are cool. Will anyone ever see them? No, they won't. Even the re-release of the John Mayer, I don't love. They are just releasing too much stuff and they're diluting, you know, what the value of what they're releasing because they're releasing too much shit.
Yeah.
But the Tiffany Daytona yellow gold is cool.
And a lot of what they're releasing is like close to being cool, but it's not actually.
Yeah. Like the white gold Sprite. Who the fuck would buy that?
Yeah, it's a crazy watch.
It's 40 odd grand, mate.
Yeah.
Who would buy that?
Yeah. Whole thing's fucking mental.
Like, whose idea was that?
Yeah. So what? We'll talk about the desk clock. Go on. I want to tell the people.
Yeah, we've been on this for an hour and 20 minutes.
I know, but we have to finish the watch segment.
Okay, fine.
And then we can.
Yeah, I bought a Rolex desk clock off a client the other day. I hadn't really done much research into what it actually was before I got there. But
cool reg on there.
Yeah, what's the reg?
I don't know, but it was like 3 numbers, I think.
I haven't really done loads of research into what it was, but yeah, it's like this new thing that Rolex have released this year. They've brought these desk clocks out. It comes like full box papers, like a normal Rolex would. It's really cool, actually. I paid quite a lot of money for it, in the hope that I was going to sell it to a Rolex enthusiast, but unfortunately no one has stepped forward with any desire to even fucking ask a question about the fucking god-awful thing.
Well, we haven't seen anyone really have such a watch.
It is still for sale.
Yes.
If anyone would like a
it is cool.
Submariner style desk clock for their office, it's a very cool thing. It's a nice talking point.
2026?
It's 2025.
Oh.
Trying to sell it, Josh, not...
Sorry.
You know? 2025. It's a cool thing. I think it's nice. It's a lot of money for what it is. But it's collectible.
If you've got a gangster office, you have this.
It's collectible, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got a gangster office and you've got people who come and visit you in your office and you've got that on your desk. It's almost like picking someone up at the airport who's come to visit you and taking them to Loch Lomond to play golf.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, oh, desk clock. Whoa.
Oh wow.
You've got a Rolex desk clock. Like, that is fucking cool. What? I didn't even know they made them.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it's box paper. It's like the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So, like I said, we've been talking for quite a while now. Still got topics to do, but I just want to finish the watch bit and then we can start fresh in the next podcast. AP, they are people who are famous for just releasing watches whenever they choose to. They don't need no big watches or wonders.
I must say, a brand that is teetering on the edge of Hublot in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I don't disagree, especially with what I'm about to release to you.
Teetering on the fucking edge. What they have in their favour is that they've made some amazing stuff.
And the collaborations they've got.
They've made some amazing stuff in the last 10 years. And their old stuff has so much provenance and history that they will never be the same as Hublot. But they got to stop releasing so much shit.
Yeah.
They release tons of shit all the time.
But I like that.
Like the 1159 project. Flop.
Oh, you wait till I got some
total
groundbreaking
fucking
stuff
flop,
for you.
mate. Like AP, that's the shape, the Royal Oak shape, classic, harks back. That's the shape an AP should be. Stop trying to fuck around with it and make it something that it's not. Don't broke it if it's not fit. Don't fix it if it's not broke.
Yeah.
A 911's a 911, right? Has it changed that much, really?
No.
Since they were first introduced? Not really, no. It's kind of roughly the same shape.
Yeah.
Right, so don't fix it if it's not broke. AP are the same. They're famous for having the Royal Oak shape. Stop trying to fucking release. Like the old one they done was the millineries. Do you know what, like on the leather straps? They were like oblong oval on its side
crazy,
shape.
yeah.
Now they've got these 1159s, which, like, listen, the engineering is fantastic. I mean, you look at it, it's cool. You can see through the case. They've got some amazing dials. The movements are really, really powerful and incredible. But no one really gives a shit.
Yeah. Kudos to them though, because they release it whenever they want to release watches. They don't have to wait for an event.
Yeah, they don't. They're a massive brand. Like, it's like any big brand.
But I tell you what, really
Patek,
does fly
RM.
under the radar. Like, because they release it whenever they want to release it, it does fly under the radar. Because everyone waits for Watches and Wonders, and then everyone's reporting about that one particular. If anything actually comes out when they're not expecting it, a few people talk about it, but actually not as many people should talk about it.
Yeah, it's
as
a bit of a
they
silent
should.
release.
So that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do to the people.
Anyway, what's your point?
The point is I'm going to talk about the new models they've released.
Okay, okay. Photos attached?
Yes, this is where the editing is going to become a pain in the arse.
God.
But there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what you're about to say, so I probably won't know.
Okay, right, here we go. Starting off. There are 2 new Royal Oak offshores. Not that you're a fan of the offshore, really, are you? There is a black and a blue.
Well, caveat to that. The new detachable strap offshores I like. The previous generation were too big.
Okay, these ones are slimmer. Yeah,
well, they
this
never
is a
fit.
slimmer
They
one.
didn't fit my wrist because the lowest point on a normal strap that was supplied when they were new was too big for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I just refused to wear them.
They used to be
But,
really big.
like, I do like some of them.
Yeah.
The black ceramic ones are dirt cheap just now.
Yeah, agreed.
Dirt cheap. They're like 14, 15 grand. I mean, that is a lot of watch for the money.
Yeah, agreed.
It's a beautiful watch. Too big for me,
Yeah.
but nice watch.
Yeah. 2 times Royal Oak offshores, blue and a black and a green. Then there's a Code 1159 Perpetual Calendar open work. Beautiful watch though.
Yeah, not one bit interested. It's probably about 100 grand.
Okay. 2 times Royal Oak open work 37mm with a yellow and steel. Oh, that is it. There's 37mm yellow gold and a steel model variant of it. Beautiful watches. Neo frame jumping hour, which looks like that. What is it? A tank Auguste from Cartier.
Yeah, which looks like a whoop.
Yeah.
To be honest, and that is just a fucking failed attempt at copying another brand. I mean, that is absolutely diabolical.
One thing I can't get on board.
That's like
though,
Mercedes bringing out a car that looks like a 911.
Yeah. One thing I can't get on board is the people that were throwing shade on the Tank Auguste, and now they all love the AP version.
Brand, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like brand sluts.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Oh, it's an AP, you're going to buy it. It's like, fucking
Brand sluts. I
buy
agree.
what you like, not what a brand dictates
Yeah.
is cool.
So
You're supposed to reveal your own personality through a watch. Whether that's the size, whether it's the history, whether it's the colour, whether it's the metal, whether it's because your granddad used to wear one, your dad was interested in one, your boss used to wear one. It's supposed to be a reflection of you, not a reflection of what a brand tells you is cool.
yeah,
Because that fucking watch is not cool.
yeah, agreed. 3 Royal Oak offshore divers. There's a blue, a white and a pink, and a turquoise. So I quite like that they've played around with the colours, but
Again, but they're just copying other brands.
yeah, I concur. Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar open work, which is the same movement as the Code 1159, and that is in titanium.
I am a fan of that one.
Yeah,
I must admit.
gangster.
I must admit.
Code 1159 black with rose gold.
Move on.
Rose gold with the brown leather. It's important for the people to know what's going on in the world. Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar blue ceramic.
If anybody has ever bought an 1159, please comment on this video. From retail.
Yeah, I know.
I guarantee we don't get one.
Yeah, I guarantee. 2 times Royal Oak minis, both with the stone dial. There's a rose gold with an onyx diamond dial, which
Beautiful.
actually is really nice.
Beautiful.
What we got in the
Again-
corner, I can't read.
Again, we had a client come to us the other day. She was looking for a 7118, which is a Patek Ladies Nautilus, or she was looking for a Royal Oak. Now they're roughly about the same price, the Royal Oak Mini, the new frosted one,
Yeah.
the same one we sold last week. They're roughly about the same price. And she said, which one shall I buy? I said, look, 7118 Ladies Nautilus will always be cool, will always be timeless, will always hold its value. These frosted Ladies Minis are hype right now.
Bit of a trend, yeah.
Drake just posted it. Loads of famous, like Bella Hadid's had it on. Like, they're a hype. All of a sudden the fashion changes, they won't be cool anymore. Ladies Nautilus and Nautilus in general have been cool for decades.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're chasing hype, then buy the Royal Oak. But don't be bothered about it when they'd half in value in 5 years' time.
Yeah.
If you're not chasing hype and you want something timeless and a good investment, then buy the Ladies Knotless.
I love the Ladies Knotless.
Yeah, it's cool. I would wear a rose gold one, by the way, a plain dial. Like, I think it's a really... No, I don't like the diamonds.
Oh, see, I like
plain dial. I think it's a really nice size.
Yeah.
I like the size.
Yeah.
Some cool tats on holiday, little band tee.
Cool tats?
Yeah, I've only got one, but... Maybe get some more.
What's the point of the other half?
I don't know, I was just thinking maybe it could be cool.
Yeah, okay, interesting. So sorry, one rose gold with an onyx diamond dial and a yellow gold one with a mother of pearl, no diamond dial, but both super cool watches.
Both cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Iterations of what made them cool in the first place are never as cool as the first ones though.
Might butcher the presentation, so please.
It's like the Jordan 1. The very first one was from where? The very first one was from when? What year?
1985.
Right. So 85 Jordan 1 is forever cooler than any other one that's been released since then.
I agree.
Thank you.
Lots of people won't agree.
But I don't care.
Okay.
That's true. Fact. If you ask any collector, what would they rather have? Any collector, what would they rather have? A fresh, unworn pair of 85 ones, or any other Jordan that you can choose? What would they choose?
That's for the whole point of the shoe. It's not the coolness of it.
I'm sorry, you're missing my point.
I think so.
The 85 one is the coolest Jordan they have ever released. Colorway, shape, fact. It's worth the most money, it's the coolest one. It's what everyone looks at and says, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is what happens. It's the same thing. When something gets released that no one's ever seen before, that's cool, like the Frosted Royal Oak Mini, the first iteration is always the coolest.
Well, a good version of that would be to say the Jordan 1 OG will always be better than the new release OG. Yes, the original Jordan 4 will always be better than
what do you think someone would disagree if we're talking about Jordan 1s?
Yeah.
What do you think someone would disagree with me and say what would be their favourite one from that?
3's a huge.
No, I just mean ones. I mean ones. What I'm talking about, Jordan ones.
Yeah,
we're talking about one Royal Oak. We're not talking about every Royal Oak.
1985 original Jordan 1s will forever be the greatest. Silhouette, leather, materials, everything.
Thank you. That's my point exactly. So
yeah, I agree.
My point I'm trying to make is
that's what I'm
usually
saying, the first
usually the first iteration of a new product that the market has never seen before.
Okay, fine.
That's an important caveat to make.
Yes, it is.
So the first iteration of that new product, like the Mini Royal Oak Frosted, will forever be the coolest version of that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they bring it out in a different dial, they can't bring it out in a different material, they've already done it.
Just got 3 more to tick off and then
Sorry.
we're good to go.
Yeah.
I might butcher this one, but arguably one of the coolest on the list. Royal Oak Green Malachite.
Malachite, very nice. Bad Bunny had it on at the halftime show.
Oh really?
Yeah. Nice.
Fucking really nice. Is that a stone
nice.
dial?
Stone dial, yeah, Malachite's a stone
okay,
dial.
cool.
Yeah, which was made famous by Van Cleef.
Oh, is that what's on the... Yeah, really cool watch. It goes really well with the yellow gold as well. Big fan of it.
Yep. Fragile material. Any stone dials are really fragile, and that's where exposure to sunlight, heat differences, temperature changes, pressure changes can all affect those dials. So it's important to know that. Another
code 1159, Flying Tourbillon. Royal Oak Chronograph.
I wonder how much that is. 250 grand probably.
This is the 38mm.
Wouldn't give you 40 grand, but
talk about the 38mm Royal Oak, which is the steel with the blue and also the pink gold with the brown. Really cool.
Yeah, I agree, those are nice, but still my favourite release of AP for the last few years has been the sand gold stuff.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. That colour is actually beautiful in person. And the last one,
it's a completely different thing.
The last one, which is gangster, is the 150 Heritage Pocket Watch in platinum, which has a ton of complications, and there are 2 in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've all sudden. Well, I don't even know why they put that in the catalogue.
Need some money for something.
Maybe.
So they've just thought we'll just release these 2 and charge some two idiots 3 million quid a whip for them.
Yeah.
And we'll raise 6 million for our new project, whatever that is.
Yeah. Should we end it there? Because we've still got topics to talk about.
Yeah. We could go on and on all day, but we're trying to save it for the next podcast. So, and as I say, the things we spoke about before, if you want me to tell you the stories, I will. but I think we need 50 comments to say we want to hear the stories.
Fuck. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, and then I'll tell them. But but until that point, then we're not going to do that. Signing off, episode 6, season 3.
Part 1 of seasons. Episode. Well,
we're not doing a part 1. We'll just do episode 7.
Oh, he was about to crash. Right.
This is where the guy was. Bob.
Yeah, this is where we had to find.
He was beeping, aye.
Yeah. Right, guys. Appreciate it.
Love. Peace. Bye.